Hello, friends. This is day 3. I guess really the second day since surgery. It's my first full day being at home. I came home from the hospital yesterday and I checked in with you and told you how I felt pretty much immediately after surgery. Uh, I'm at home now. I spent the night here. I have this amazing sort of seat. You see them. I'll put the link for this one under this in the description, but it's well worth the money. It helps you sleep sitting up, which you need to do when you have drains like I do. So I'm going to go over how I feel and then also things that I think are helpful and tips that you may need to hear if you're going to have this procedure, and hopefully they can help you because I didn't know what I was doing. And once again, while that's not necessarily a great thing for me because I'm learning, hopefully anyone who watches this will go in knowing what they're doing and they won't have to worry about, some of the issues that I've had since I got out of surgery. So I would say the first thing is this. When you get released from surgery, they'll put you on a strict regimen of medicines and they'll tell you what they're giving you and when they're giving it to you, and you're going to be out of it. You're going to be, high from painkillers and not fully all there. If you're like me, I was braiding friendship bracelets and watching TV at the same time while they were giving me meds most of the time because I couldn't sleep very well. I did find that when it came to sleep, when they gave me the gabapentin, that really helped put me to sleep. And I have these little heart pillows that I put under my arms, and I found those to be the most helpful. I didn't really use them that much, but what they did do was keep me from squishing my tubes that go into my drains, and that was very helpful. When I got home, I had no idea when I was given drugs or what drugs were given to me. She gave me a list and taught me how to clean my drains before I left. But once again, I was not fully all there and I was the only person there. So if you have a support person there, this is the time for them to be taking notes. I wasn't. I was too concerned with leaving and I thought I would figure it out. Well, I got behind on my pain meds. And that was very, very noticeable. I also was nauseous, and they did not want to give me any medication to take home for nausea for some reason. I asked them to, and then I think maybe they forgot before I left, so I don't have any nausea meds here. Luckily, I always save them when we get them for, stomach flu and things of that nature, so I do have some here if I need to take them. They have me on tramadol now. They did not send me home with gabapentin. I'm not sure why they wouldn't want me to have any nerve pain medication. And they sent me home with 10 tramadol, which is really sort of a low-grade painkiller. I have friends with fibromyalgia that take it for pain. They only gave me 10 of those, but they did give me Narcan in case somehow I overdose on those 50 milligram tramadols. And honest, I threw it away because there's no reason for me to keep that. I'm not going to be taking more than, I'm supposed to. But when I got home, I knew that I had taken 1 tramadol that day, and you can take up to 4. I tried to space them out. It's supposed to be every 6 hours, but at around 4 hours, even with Tylenol and ibuprofen, which I'm also rotating, the pain is very high without it, okay? The ibuprofen probably helps more than Tylenol does. Before I had messed up and started taking Tylenol with the, ibuprofen with the tramadol, and then I was alternating with Tylenol when it would wear off and it was doing nothing. So this time I'm trying taking the Tylenol with the tramadol, which I did at 6 a.m. and now it's noon, and I took the ibuprofen. And I'm hoping that I can do that in the daytime and save the tramadol for night since I'm going to run out I don't really want to ask the doctors for more, because at that point then they start to worry that you're getting an opiate addiction, uh, which is certainly not the case here, but it's not like they would know the difference, right? So my best advice to you is to write these things down. The first day, for instance, we were emptying my drains, and then I was like, oh yeah, here's the paperwork that you're supposed to read. And he was like, oh, I was supposed to be keeping up with this, the amount that comes out. So, you know, if someone's helping you, hopefully someone is. Uh, and if they're not, either way, you need to review those things and make sure you do the things that they ask you to do. I was too out of it, to be honest. I'm very thankful that I have a caregiving person. I know not everybody is going to be in that position, and I would suggest maybe use your phone and set alarms. Maybe put it in your phone every time on your calendar app, every time you empty it to record it, and every time you do your medications, so that that way you know and you have a reference point to go back to if you can't fill out the paperwork. Because let's face it, some of us can't get out of bed, right? So keeping up with paperwork in our beds, as well as all the other things like our water bottles, and even just feeding ourselves at this point, is really tough. Now, before I had surgery, I made myself like a big batch of deviled eggs just so I would have, and I got a bunch of yogurt. So I would have easy, quick protein to take with my medicine, and that was very helpful. I'm actually running out of deviled eggs now, so I'm going to have somebody else make me up a batch, which, once again, I'm thankful that I have that option. But I have a recipe that I really like for deviled eggs, and I'll put that down below too if you're interested. And then and that's been supremely helpful for some people who don't do eggs. I had read like energy bars were great. I just didn't want to overload my body with sugar because I have a lot of swelling. They took out a lot of lymph nodes apparently to test, which I'm not really excited about, but it does mean that my risks of lymphedema have gone way up. So it means that my drains are even more important than ever, and trying not to eat too much sugar and trying to keep my salt relatively low is going to be helpful for me in managing the side with all the lymph nodes gone. Beyond that, I think my only other tips would be, make sure you have some cushy blankets to keep you comfy. This button-up nightgown has been amazing. And last night, or I guess this morning at 6 a.m., I went back to sleep, and when I woke up, my chest was so sore, and it felt so swollen, and it hurt, and I couldn't figure out why one of my drains, normally the side with the lymph nodes gone, the right side, the cancer side, it's the really full drain. It fills up really quickly, and it was not. There was nothing in it. And that's not normal for that amount of time. So I was trying to figure out what the issue was. I used a piece of Velcro to attach that here to my buttonhole so that I have my drains hanging here, because I didn't want to spend like $50 on a drain shirt. I was like, I'm only going to get this once. I'll spend it on like the comfy, cushy bras, right, for surgery. Well, turns out that my bras, the whole reason I kept feeling like it was super tight, the bras that I was using for after surgery actually were cutting off the drains. So I removed the bra, and as soon as I took it off, I mean, the drain immediately started filling up, and obviously, like, I ordered some larger sizes, but I don't know. I'm gonna ask the doctor and find out if they really recommend, like, if they need the drains in place or not. Um, Keep in mind, my procedure is may be different from some of you. I'm getting what's known as sort of like a delayed deep flap reconstruction. So right now I have airbags. I have expanders with airbags in. Once again, it was the Mi-DIEP procedure as well. It's known as delayed flap in some areas. However, they don't necessarily do all the things that I've had done. This is a procedure specific to Dr. Kunchwala. He developed this procedure through Penn Medicine. And for me personally, I already have cuts in abdominal region to prepare the blood vessels for transfer at my next surgery in a couple of weeks, and that will be the more invasive surgery. It will actually be the one, from what they were saying, that will be the highest pain. So I'm not looking forward to that, but uh, I have expanders in. They sent me home in this terribly painful Velcro bra, and when I initially put on my other bra that I had bought, it was super comfy compared to that. But as I slept, it basically cut off the circulation of those tubes, so my chest region was not draining properly for about 4 hours. So I woke up in a lot higher pain. Once again, that needs to be managed, and like I said, I'm think I've got 6 more of the tramadol, so I need to sort of ration those wisely. So I plan to hopefully just move that to nighttime instead of using it throughout the day, which is sort of unfortunate because I hate to be in a position in which I'm just going to have to like deal with high levels of pain. But if I'm going to ask for excess narcotics, I would prefer it to be when I'm dealing with the higher pain, surgery. So I'm probably going to hold out for the second surgery. Um, and I'll let you know how it goes. As far as I can already tell a difference. I do think that the better way of doing the rotation is the tramadol with the Tylenol, and then 6 hours later, or for me, around 4 hours. Right around 4 hours, every single time I can tell it's wearing off. My arms start to get really, really sore. My chest starts to throb because the nerve block is wearing or has worn off. And my incisions start to burn. So I'm gonna probably continue doing it like 4.5 hours because it takes about an hour to get into your system. So I do the tramadol, the Tylenol, then 4.5 to 5 hours later, I'll take the ibuprofen, and so on. And I'm going to keep those tramadols for the evening. Today, I get to take a shower, which I'm excited about, but I'm also worried about a little bit because I'm scared it will burn the incisions. But I will report back to you. And then, as far as everything else goes, I would also recommend, of course, keeping a big water bottle full next to you. Um, I was reading somewhere that drinking coffee helps move your bowels because, when you're in surgery and you wake up, and they give you narcotics, sometimes you have trouble sort of getting things moving again. And I have tissues and my laptop beside me, and I'm making friendship bracelets for my wonderful friends who've been helping me out so much through this. Most of our family is either deceased or living in North Carolina, so it's amazing to have friends, my chosen family, here in Allentown helping us out. Uh, Anyhow, I will see you tomorrow, and if you're going through this, just keep in mind you're not alone, and hopefully get through this together. Okay, see you later.